Stocks gave ground today on Wall Street. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was down 174 points. You're listening to NPR.
All the amigos are back.
The average
so
American doesn't know much.
Pro sports, streaming, paying for hacking. Tables have turned for Apple. Ad blocking, Tor browser. T is for Tesla car. Is it a make or break? And where do they still use 2G? All that and your calls queued up next.
Buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, mail, upgrade it, charge it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it, quick erase it, write it, cut it, paste it, save it, load it, check it, quick rewrite it, plug it, play it, burn it, rip it, drag it, drop it, zip, unzip it, lock it, fill it, call it, find it, view it, code it, jam, unlock it, surf it, scroll it, pause it, click it, cross it, crack it, switch, update it, name it, read it, tune it, print it, scan it, send it, fax, rename it, touch it, bring it, pay it, watch it, turn it, leave it, start, format it, technologic.
Live from studios in South Hall on the beautiful campus of Jacksonville State University, it's the Hey Techies Show. Now, here are your hosts in chairs that should have been thrown out years ago, Michael and Bruce.
Well, it's going to be one of those nights. I just know it. I'm going to have to talk really loud so Bruce can hear me.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back, but I am definitely off my game. Not only did I not read our show notes, which is no different than any other week, but I didn't read my own notes. So I have no clue what I'm talking about and don't have my headphones. So about 10 minutes before the show, I was like, oh, no, forgot my headphones. So... it's going to be fun.
Well, welcome to the Hey Techies Show. So glad to have all of you in, and you know what this is if you've been listening any time. But if you just happen to scan across and you want to know, well, just keep listening and you'll find out. But our phone number is 256-782-5600, and we will be glad to take your call, blah, 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 along with all the stories that we'll cover. We don't have any guests tonight, but who knows? Somebody might just call in and be the guest. And Guru's trying to get it all fixed up, and he's about ready to go.
I think it's like, 2 or 3 minutes we have with the news, and it felt like it went by in 30 seconds.
It did.
It really did.
It went by so fast.
Well, I think it's because we were busy talking to the three guys talking sports.
Yeah, I was sitting there trying to talk and do that at the same time, and it just went by so quick. I looked at the time on my laptop. Like, we got 20 seconds. Like, we got to hurry.
I think part of it is that Bruce doesn't have anything to do. So he just comes in here and
right.
sets
I've got to set my stuff up.
Well,
yeah.
This is elaborate.
Hey, listen, you had less to do because you don't have a headset.
yeah.
Yeah, normally I at least get to annoy Gary with like, hey,
plug that in.
Plug that in.
Hey, I had less to do and feel like less time.
Well, let me tell you what happened on the way home.
What happened?
Okay, today. So I get out to my dad's house to pick up my kids, and I get a phone call from my wife, and she says, There's a lizard in the kitchen. I said, okay.
And?
I'm 11 miles from you. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lizard in the kitchen. I said, well, you're going to have to get it. You're going to either have to get a bowl or a cup or something. She said,
folks, it's obvious that Michael's wife does not listen to the show because Michael would be in the doghouse right now.
No, I wouldn't. She said, oh, okay. So she puts it on speaker.
Yeah.
And I hear her go clunk. It went under the dishwasher. So we have probably a gecko-like lizard under the dishwasher. I mean, I was just cracking up, and I said, "Well, I don't know what in the." She called me as though I could magically do something through. I guess we're in this method of technology now. I can do something remotely.
Dude, I had almost. It wasn't. It didn't deal with anything alive, but I had almost the exact same thing happen to me today. We're getting one of our bathrooms remodeled, and I ordered some things that were not in store from a certain home improvement store, and one of the items that I ordered has already come in.
Oh, yeah.
Really and good. Then after we received the item, we received an email saying, hey, your item's on the way. And then it never really gave a date for the second item, so I went online to check it, it still does not have a tracking number, but it says the estimated date is 5/22. And she was like, the guy needs to, because it was for the ceiling fan, the vent fan, was like, he needs that today so he can go ahead and, install it while he's installing drywall and stuff.
Sure.
And I was just, she gets the email and then forwards it to me. And I'm like, you know just about as much about this as I do. I can't just make it appear. And I thought, well, I can order the exact same thing from Amazon and have it here tomorrow.
Right.
Or you can just go to the store and pick out a different one. So she went to the competing home improvement store and found...
We've got competing home improvement stores.
Which I actually like the one she found at the competing one because the glass is a little different. It's the exact same thing. But it's gonna work.
Women
out
always seem to pick out the better, right? Isn't that right?
She picked out the original one.
Oh, you said you liked it better.
No, I liked the one she got today better. But
I see what you're saying.
She was messaging me like, I need you to do something about this, and I'm just like, well, I'm at work. And it shows that the item is in Wisconsin, and it won't be here for another month.
Hey, we'll just call Miami Rick up. Say, hey, can you fly?
Yeah, hey, I need you to drop that.
I wonder if he flies to Wisconsin.
I don't know.
Probably flies over it at least. They could shoot a drone up there, drop it off.
I think he flies international back to Miami,
and then while he's coming back, drop a drone with it.
Those great circle routes, how they kind of do the arcs up north and down.
I've heard of
he can just kind of go over that.
Sure, he could.
On his way. Yeah. So I need to pull over and take a break here.
Right. So lots going on.
Yep. I got some. I don't know if I know a lot of people are looking for a rant. Maybe we can get into a rant a little bit.
Yeah.
But some big changes in my. I don't know how I want to put this programming schedule.
Sure. Yeah.
So we'll see how we introduce that and when we introduce that.
He's pushing further on his cord cutting.
Yeah.
Well, no, we only have.
Well, did I ever really have a cord? Now I'm actually more attached to a cord than I was before. So. Just think about it.
Depends on
that is a good point.
What type of cord?
Well, I guess they still look at satellites as cords.
Yeah. So we'll discuss that after the break.
Yes,
because that's going to be kind of a long segment.
I'll cue the crickets for that.
Yeah, you do.
Man, I know people are interested.
No, they're not.
Yes.
I'm just saying, AT&T is.
Our fans have been asking for a rant. They have missed the Bruce rant. So we've got to have at least 2 tonight. I think we may need at least 3.
Well, 2 things here that we could cover real quick.
All right.
Firefox has some add-ons that actually have built-in attacks at no extra charge.
Nice.
Yeah, they have built-in vulnerabilities right from the get-go.
It's included with the software,
yes,
folks.
It's a feature. Don't think of it as a bug. Yes. And let's see, what else? Oh, Flash just recently came up. Flash has got to go. We've known that, but Flash just came out with an update, and then they said, wait a minute, that's vulnerable. Just hold tight.
Whoops.
We've got to come out with another one. Just hold tight.
I'm not sure. Couldn't they say that with everyone?
They
that
could,
they come out
actually.
With?
Well, I have a funny story, not really funny, but about, you said they had to come up with an emergency patch. We had a release for our software come out, that one of the major pieces of software we use here with my job and when I have support. It came out on a Friday. Well, then I think this past Tuesday they sent out a notice saying if you have installed it, you could, if you run a certain process against this environment with this installed, you could have data corruption.
Oh, fantastic.
They urged you, do not install this release. We've got a patch coming. And if you have installed the release already, there's a certain process that you can't run. Disable the ability for users to run this, and to the point saying delete that actual program.
Can you forward me which version that is so I can block it, please?
Well, we'll talk about it off air, but it's like when they urge you, please do not do this. It will cause data corruption. It's like, oh my goodness!
Yeah.
It's like I would have hated to have been that person that was having to deal with that firsthand before it got reported.
Oh yeah. It's like I put the.
That's why, folks.
I ran those reports.
That's why you do not be the first to install anything, even if it comes to like iOS software. We've talked about that before. Don't be the first. just because you saw.
At least not in an Enterprise.
Well, I don't do it on my own personal stuff, and I don't recommend anybody take the first release of anything.
Apparently, that link I had, they've taken it down, or it's no good.
Uh-oh.
That was
oh well.
Yeah,
it'll be in the show notes.
Computer World. Well, it's not going to work,
but it'll be there.
That's weird. That is so odd. It's like it's been jerked down. Well, anyway, I did see it on.
They're trying to cover all evidence of their.
I feel like Bose is taunting me. I just got an email saying about top-rated noise canceling headphones. It's like, yep, those are the headphones I got, just not with me.
Yes, yeah, he's got top-rated headsets. They're just not here. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, we're just getting started here. There's no reason to panic, no reason to go anywhere. I'm sure everything you're hoping for in the Hey Techies Show will be coming up right away. Be right back.
Don't go anywhere. There's more in the queue lined up just for you.
Struts of Jacksonville has been serving the Jacksonville community for over a decade. They are located at 500 Forney Avenue, right next to the cockpit. Struts serves wings, beer, and more. Their business hours are Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. To place a to-go order, please call 256-782-0106. For more information, go to strutswings.com.
Looking to cure that sweet tooth of yours? Mad Hatter Cupcake Shop is now proudly serving the Jacksonville area at their new location at 16 Public Square on the Square. Mad Hatter is open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 9 p.m. and they are closed on Sunday and Monday. For additional information, be sure to check out their Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Mad Hat Cupcakes, and their website, www.madhatcakes.com.
Red Threads Apparel carries a wide selection of t-shirt designs for every school function, work party, and much more. They also offer custom layouts for monogrammed attire. Red Threads Apparel is located at 16 Square Unit 8 in downtown Jacksonville on the Square. Their business hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more information on Red Threads powered by O-Brand, visit their Facebook page at O-Brand Marketing or call 256-770-9880. Sydney's Photography and Fine Arts is available for all your photography needs. She covers weddings, senior portraits, and much more. Sydney is a proud alumnus of Jacksonville State University and is licensed and insured for over 35 years. Sydney's Photography is located at 1765 Broadwell Mill Road in Jacksonville, Alabama. To book a session or for more information, call 256-435-4752.
Welcome back to the Hey Techies Show. That's Guru's pick. He's got some picks in here tonight.
Say, since I don't have my headphones, I got to hear, I don't know, about 3 notes on Name That Tune. And I'm guessing it's Lindsey Sterling.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like her. She's got some good stuff.
Well,
do you listen to Lindsey Sterling? Though?
I've heard the name.
Well, I just recently
learned
of this song, and I was like, I really like that song.
Yeah, I
but
like Lindsey Sterling.
I'll say this: the 3 guys talking sports that's on before us.
Yeah,
they always have I think most weeks they have like a theme with their music. So try to guess the theme this week for us.
Wow, we have a theme. Wow, we're still in.
We don't have a theme. So
okay. Well,
if you can come up with one, they'll let us know.
They'll do that, and then halfway through the show, he'll be like, "So I'm totally off theme, so don't try to guess it." And I'm just like, "Man."
Well, we'll go ahead and say there's no theme to our bumper music. It's just whatever I want to pick. And Michael has been gracious enough to let me pick the bumper music the last couple of weeks.
So I did look around. Well, most of it. So I did look around, and I did find what I was looking for. Actually, the vulnerability apparently will affect Windows, Macintosh, obviously, Windows, Linux, blah, blah, blah. But it's saying that it's being actively exploited on running Windows 7, Windows XP,
and Windows 10.
Yeah, no.
No? Wow.
Another reason to get off Windows XP.
Is this Flash?
Yeah.
I want to say I saw a little headline that said something about Flash had a 0-day vulnerability on 10.
Oh, and see, this was from it actually was introduced in a March 10th update.
Nice.
So they're supposed to be doing a Flash update, a flash. You know, they're flashing Flash.
Flash.
Yes, in the name of love.
Hey, one quick thing. If people can see my shirt on the stream and wondering,
he broke out.
Where did I break out of?
Yeah, which mental institution did you break out of?
We don't. Man, numerous. I have to every week to get here. So again, we don't have any sponsors. We don't endorse. I guess we endorse some things on the show that we recommend, but we're not paid.
Correct.
So full disclosure there, but never been to Breakout. It's Breakout Birmingham, and they have them apparently all over the place because the guy was telling us all the different places they have it. So just look and see if there's one in your area. I totally recommend going. And I won't give too much of it away, at least the scenario that we were in. We went to Hostage, and the scenario was basically our plane had been hijacked, and they had taken us back to their headquarters, handcuffed us, and would be back in an hour, and we had an hour to escape the room. So I had myself and 5 of my friends had 1 hour to get out of the handcuffs and escape the room. And about halfway, 30 minutes into it, after we opened our second lock, we opened a door, and there was about, I don't know, a dozen more locks in there. And we thought, there is no, my heart sank. I was just like, oh no, as soon as that door opened. But we made it out with a little over 5.5 minutes to spare. None of us had ever done this before. But the game master that was there told us that was the hardest one that they had, with the museum heist being a very close second. So if you're in the Birmingham area, definitely go check that out. I know I want to say they had one in Nashville. They have them all over the place. So just look and see if there's a breakout in your area. I'm sure there's other competing companies do that. It is definitely, I would say take a group of people with you so you don't get paired with strangers. And I think you actually have to reserve before you can go. So totally worth it. Had to solve puzzles, and we made it out.
Boy, we got to relabel this some other show, because this is the second link on our notes that does not work. I mean, this is pathetic.
The Broken Link Show.
Yes,
who do the techies call when the
the one that you submitted from the Atlantic about the Tesla car? It does not work.
Really?
Yeah. I'm looking at it right here.
No, that link does not work.
I think it's your machine. It's that Mac.
Well, I've got something here. This is definitely going to give Bruce a rant, I believe.
Really weird.
Is it about AT&T or Verizon?
Yes, it's about Verizon.
About AT&T's doing the same thing. I read today.
Verizon is going to tack on another $20 fee
for
to
what?
Customers. Let's just see what this article says.
Because they hate you.
So when you upgrade a phone, apparently customers can pay $20. I'm trying to jump around.
Mumble.
Let's see. Fee will apply virtually every time a customer upgrades to a new phone. Whether customers buy the phone outright from Verizon, sign up for the carrier's device payment plans, or even purchase the phone through Apple's upgrade program,
$20.
they'll be charged a $20 fee to upgrade.
And AT&T's doing the same
Are they really?
thing.
Well, usually if one company does it, the other follows
they're
suit.
like, well,
It's like the airlines.
we
One
got to
does it,
keep
the rest
we
of-
got to keep the illusion of choice.
Previously, Verizon had only charged upgrade fees to customers that were still under a 2-year contract, a $40 fee, which that still remains in place. But like now, if you're buying the phone outright, which is what they're trying to encourage you to do, there's now a $20 fee.
Yeah,
for your convenience.
They still got to make that money
For your convenience.
It's a bunch of bull butter.
Customers can pay the $20 charge when they upgrade or bill it to their account or trade it in on an old device to offset the cost. That's what they're saying.
Okay, let's hear your argument for the reason why they should have $20 more, Michael.
No. I actually have gotten a few letters about them upping my limits or something. Having a cap on the DSL, actually.
What?
Yeah. Like 50 gig.
Oh, did we change stories?
No, but
that's a different story. We're gonna get to that. Hang tight.
Okay. Well, but I have gotten a few letters about it.
No, what about the upgrade fee? What's your take on that?
Yeah, the upgrade fee. You must have been in La La Land.
This is a $20 fee Verizon's going to tack on when you upgrade phones. Even if you buy the phone outright through them.
And AT&T is doing the same thing.
Yeah.
For your convenience, we're going to charge you $20.
Yeah, for your convenience. To upgrade your phone.
So what's your
It's
take on that?
obsolete every 2 years.
I guess what you'll have to do is just go find somewhere else to buy it.
Yeah, and hey, I'll say that probably the reason why you haven't heard a lot of rants lately is because I've made a lot of positive life changes.
Yes, he
I have no reason to complain about Verizon
he has
anymore.
Very less. What would you say? Man, I had the word too. He can't rant as much because he doesn't have as much food. Much fodder.
Yeah,
listener Jason is listening live, and he's like, "Go Bruce, go!"
So,
let's keep this going.
Let's keep it going.
Did you get an email?
Yes, let's keep it going. Now, here's
okay. Go ahead.
This is changing stories.
All right.
AT&T announced that it's going to increase its data caps and expand enforcement, which is something that I've heard from people that are AT&T Uverse customers.
It's increasing its data caps.
Yes, according to this article. But what I was saying is, historically, they've had data caps.
Oh, yeah.
But they've never enforced them. Yeah. I have a friend that I work with that has Uverse at home, and they show you how much bandwidth you use and how much you're at your limit or whatever, but they never enforced the limit. Well, now, apparently, according to this article from Ars Technica, that they're going to start enforcing it on home internet service. As a result, more customers will have to pay a $10 overage charge for every 50 gigs they use beyond their monthly limit.
I wonder why they're so interested in enforcing it now.
It's similar to another of Bruce's favorite companies, Comcast's data cap system.
I wonder why they're so interested in enforcing it now, Michael. What do you think? Why do you think that reason is?
I'm sure they're trying to make a profit.
No, they're not.
What do you think?
Well, yeah, they're absolutely trying to make a profit.
Yeah. Okay.
AT&T will also...
But what do they own now besides Uverse TV? They own DirecTV to keep people from cord cutting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's a bunch of bull butter.
I guess my mind was somewhere
else.
All right. Yes.
They will also...
DirecTV, yes.
AT&T will also let customers upgrade to unlimited data for an extra $30 per month. This is only necessary for internet-only customers.
And they'll also give you a discount for protecting your privacy for
people who also purchase both AT&T Internet and a TV in a bundle will get unlimited home internet data at no extra charge.
Yes, that's correct.
This applies to bundles with either DirecTV or AT&T's Uverse TV system.
Of course, because they've got you.
It's incentive. Yeah.
Well, they've got you. Like you're not going to stream as much because you've got TV.
So they're going after cord cutters. You're absolutely right.
Exactly.
Yeah. But now, what?
It's a bunch.
So if I'm internet only
delay.
and I do what?
I need to get the button ready.
if I'm internet only, meaning I don't have a telephone. If I drop my telephone line,
what they mean by internet only from this article is you do not have. You have AT&T.
Yeah, I got it.
Like Uverse Internet. But you do not subscribe to the Uverse television or DirecTV television.
I figured my bill was going up eventually.
So
I mean, if it is,
I'll tell you this. I received a...
they're going to lose me. I'll go to something else.
I received something in the mail the other day that was like, try out our, I think it was 150 meg internet for free. And I was like, we've got a new competitor. Opening up, it was cable one. I was like, dang it. Dang it.
Yeah, Bruce is still trying to get Google to come down here.
And this article is talking about UVerse only, but apparently it also makes mention to a earlier report of a 150 gig monthly cap on its DSL
Yeah,
service.
I'm still.
And you're on DSL,
yes.
correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Technically.
Technically.
So if you have the 768K UVerse service to 6 megabits per second, your new data allowance is 300 gigs, which that equates to about 100 hours of HD video streaming. If you have the 12 meg, the 75 meg UVerse, you're allowed a whopping 600 gigabytes per month. And if you have the 100 meg service to 1 gigabit service, I didn't know that even exists.
They do. It's on their fiber.
You're allowed 1 terabyte of data a month, which equates to 400 hours of video streaming.
We say all that to say this. Today, I called and canceled my DirecTV. I told them to shove it.
Breaking news, folks. You heard it here first.
No, I did.
Take this cord and shove.
Pretty much.
I don't need your satellite anymore.
The thing was,
Merle
I hate.
Haggard died.
I hate.
Sorry.
I hate. Because I mean, those people that I talked to on the phone, they don't set the price. Now, granted, the first lady that I spoke with a few months back ago, she could care less. I was like, hey, calling for discount. She's like, sorry, I don't have any. Thanks, bye. And then everybody else was, well, can we get you down to a different package? I'm like, I'm happy with what the programming I have. I'm just not happy with my bill. And she kept pushing. Well, let's move you to a different package. And I'm like, I don't think you heard me. Like, is your headset not working?
Yeah,
obviously
Bruce
not.
isn't.
Yeah, I don't have mine.
Yeah.
So, she said, well, we don't have anything, but we will in the next week or two. So call back. So I called back and got another person. That lady said, I don't know why she told you that. We can't see whether there's going to be anything in the next week or two. And I explained my frustration with that she was not listening. The previous lady was not listening, that I did not want to swap packages. But what does she proceed to do? Can we get you on a different package? No.
Sure.
No, you cannot.
Can we charge even more money for you?
So I told that
Put you on the
lady.
hook for 2 more years.
Well, I told that lady, I said, well, if my bill goes up and I have to call back, I will be canceling. Well, my bill went up. Which, anyways, by the end of the call, she even said, we'll try back in a couple of weeks and maybe there'll be something. Something that she just
hope
said,
and pray, and we
much.
may have something maybe if the stars line up
So,
just right and if you're nice to us.
The lady I spoke with today, really sweet, she said, I hate to hear it, blah, 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 blah. Unfortunately, there is nothing, which, before when all my stuff, it was right after, what are we?
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you to finish.
You're doing these hand gestures, Michael, like you just.
I'm
like,
just. I'm
You're like,
listening.
wrap it up.
No, I'm not. I'm
Anyways,
listening. Go ahead.
So, right after AT&T acquired DirecTV, the first person I spoke with, I guess she was still a DirecTV employee because she got my bill down way low.
If you can't see me, I'm sitting on my hands, so I have
Good.
more hand gestures.
And I thought, man, that's awesome. Like maybe
cuffs on them,
AT&T won't ruin this company, but I guess they have. Because now I'm no longer a customer. Instead of getting a little less money. Oh, and one of them was like, well, we've saved you $800 this year. And I was like,
and
I've made you like over $1,200. So, anyways, so I canceled today, and she said, well, she said, if you don't mind me asking, what is your plan for programming? And I said, streaming. I will go all streaming. And she said, well, okay. She said, well, when do you want it canceled? I said, well, if you can turn it off at midnight tonight, that'd be great. That'll give me enough time to set up all my streaming services.
yeah, I need the rest of today, please.
Yeah,
Thank
rest
you.
of today. So I guarantee you they will probably bill me for today, even though I have not turned on the TV.
Oh, absolutely. They'll get every last penny out of Bruce.
Yep.
Because they know it'll be the last penny they'll get from Bruce.
Exactly. And and that's the thing. I loved DirecTV as a company. Like, I was very satisfied with everything I had from them, except for the bill.
So did they go up, way up on the bill? I don't get it.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, like it was. Not only did it go up because they give you these discounts of this and that, and they don't charge you for your HD DVR that you've already paid for anyway, and sunk the cost for. Well, so they stated, I should have asked them if they were going to send somebody out to take the dish off my house.
They didn't say anything about equipment.
Well, they said they'd send me a box to put the receivers in. I said, well,
they don't want the dish back.
They want the little.
I want the dish off my house.
They want the thing at the end that was.
You better
the
get
LNB, the Ellen, whatever that is.
You better get you a ladder and a screwdriver.
Well, honestly, to tell you this, I'm the one who installed it. And
DirecTV, you did not hear that.
Well, no, I installed it, and
I installed mine too.
I installed mine, and in fact, whenever I swapped over, at one point I swapped over to all the Spanish stuff. They had to put a different LNB on, and the guy that came out was like, "Oh wow, like you did." He was like, "Who installed this?" He was like, "Did we install this?" I said, "No, I did." He's like, "Man, this thing is like spot on," and I was like, well, I had a SAT buddy, it's not because I just, knew how to read the compass. I was like, I had a SAT buddy and I, was able to tweak it.
Oh, I read the compass.
Well, it's just saying that most of the time.
Well, no, I mean, I lined it up with a compass, but then you can. They
really have like a device they hook on and they can.
Yeah,
I've seen them when they install. When they installed mine, they were out there and I watched them do that.
Yeah,
and it was
I mean,
kind of interesting, but
tune that
it
stuff.
just shows that those installers get in a hurry.
Well,
oh yeah,
I do have a question.
Well, a lot of those are contracted and they are paid basically
by the job.
And they may have, 6 that day, and it takes time to do quality work. It takes time to do that stuff. They do not give them enough time.
Do you think this is going to help you save enough money to get a Tesla car? You think you might be able to put a down payment on
I'm praying. If I knew, like, yeah, I would totally
get a Tesla car.
I'd be part of that 325,000
and counting.
I am the 99%.
Well, how much is that car?
35,000.
35.
Starting at 30.
Starting at, which I want to say
that's like the model with no radio.
Was it?
No,
it'll have a radio.
Crank windows.
Yeah. Hey, actually, that may not be a bad idea to put cranker windows on it, so you're not using up the battery.
I'm just being funny.
No, but what was I gonna say?
I don't know. The flagship starts at 70.
Of course, the one with leather seats and the fanciness and XM radio and all that good stuff. Heated seats.
Oh, wasn't it? Is it only the first 100,000 that get the tax break or something, or some incentive?
I did hear about something. I know there's an incentive. Yeah, there's an
it's
incentive.
It's like a $7,500
because the rest of the Americans are paying for the incentive.
Here's the thing. Like I'll listen to another technology show that
why don't
this
I just
week
give you some money out of my.
Hey!
Would you like for me to do that? How about some money out of my wallet?
That's fine.
Okay.
This weekend
here's
it was
5. I'll start a payment plan. Okay. Great.
Great.
I think I do owe you 5 anyway.
Do owe me 5.
Absolutely, yes.
Do you really?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't keep up with it.
Yeah.
This weekend,
that's a start.
It was reported there was like 200,000 already reserved.
No, it's at 325.
Well, I mean, as of this past weekend, it was like 200,000, and they went on sale or started taking orders like I think Friday or Thursday night. But anyway, with 200,000 reserved, it's going to be like 2020 for the last person would get their car.
Well,
so what's it going to be now? I mean, you're going to be waiting 10 years for this car.
I think this could make or break the company.
Well, this is it for them. This is a last ditch effort because they haven't made any money.
Oh no, they've made money.
Well, I've read they haven't.
No, they've made money.
They've taken money, but
they've paid it all back.
But this is, I mean,
they paid it back sooner than what was expected.
This does show
the government didn't make as much money as they should have. They paid it off. They paid off their mortgage early.
Oh, it's almost another rant, folks. Number 3 for keeping score.
I'm just trying to get Mikey on one, man.
No, what I was saying is,
I'm not buying it.
Having 300,000 people put down $1,000, putting money on the line they can go to the banks
Saying,
and
"I
say,
believe."
hey, this is serious. Folks want this.
I
And
believe,
they'll be
I
able to
believe, I
get the
believe.
money, the capital, in order to build these
So,
cars. I just hope that
Some of
for their sake that they are going to be able to turn a profit.
So some of the stuff I've read, I want to say they were like, this is like a $17 billion potential. You know, if nobody cancels, this is like, I don't know where they're coming up with 17 billion. I think I came up with like 12 or 13, maybe 14 billion in my calculations. But some of the stuff I've seen, I'm like, where are they adding these extra billions in revenue? I mean, of course, I was lowballing it. I was saying every car is a $35,000 car, but I don't think even if what do you want to say?
I'm waiting.
I'm wondering how are they getting this is $20 billion for this company? I mean, that would mean everybody buying the highest end vehicle. If I bought one, it would probably be the base one because it's probably gonna have everything I want.
Okay, so
if they had like a supercharger
so
or something,
this
that'd be
article
pretty sweet.
that I did finally
Extended
get
battery.
working.
I think something's wrong with your PC, man.
This is a Mac.
Well, look how old it is.
It's
It's a
still a
white
personal
Mac.
computer.
That Mac hasn't
Hey,
been
let me
made in
tell you
10
something.
years.
This Mac works. It needs an SSD, but it doesn't.
It works barely.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't barely work. It's on. Let me finish this. It's barely on the desk, almost to fall off.
That's true. So spit it out, man.
So I'm gonna spit it out, man.
All right.
Okay, man. So anyway, according to what this is saying, like you said, 1,000 per reservation. There are 300 million, according to this article, revenue to Tesla right now.
300 million?
Could reach 300 million in immediate revenue.
Immediate revenue.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're saying that it's 10 billion in hypothetical future revenue.
See, I've seen numbers higher than the 10 billion. I can agree with. If they sold every single one that was reserved, then yes, $10 billion.
Oh, wow. Well, now this is interesting. The hypothetical is because reservations, according to the terms and conditions, can allow customers to cancel the order at any time with a full refund of the $1,000, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, so there's no... You won't lose any of your money.
And this is my thing.
See,
if I was Ford or Chevy or any of these other companies, I'd be like, I want to reserve like 10,000 of these and then pull my money. Well, of course,
Well,
more
number
than
one,
10,000.
they're not going to do that. They don't have to.
They
Don't-
could.
But they
No,
could.
but they don't
yes,
have to.
They
They don't have
could.
to.
You don't think Tesla's a threat? I absolutely think Tesla's a threat.
No, I guess I misunderstand what you're saying. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm
The
saying.
other
They
car
could-
companies don't have to do a reserve.
No. You're missing.
Yeah, I
my point.
misunderstood.
They could
Sorry.
go in, reserve 10,000.
Oh, you're saying
in
a
every
car
other city.
company reserve.
Yeah, and then
and
say, you know
we're
what? We
pulling the
decided we
money.
didn't want that. Pull the money.
Or a car company could, Ford, one of these others, could come out with their own electric car and say, if you've reserved a Tesla, we'll give you, this incentive rebate, and you still get your money back from Tesla. They could.
That'd be pretty rough.
I mean, but they could because
They could.
the thing is, there's 300,000 of these reserved right now. And it's going to take years for them to get these things out, and it's a chance for the legacy car companies to come in and try to sweep the business.
But I'll say this:
we'll see.
I think those, and this may be definitely overgeneralizing the population, but the media does it anyway, so I'm going to do
of course.
it too. But I think the 300,000 people that have done that are tired of the establishment. They're tired of the established car companies that
I can see that.
Tesla's doing something different. The other companies continue to do the same thing.
Well, I certainly can't sit here and say that about all of them. What I'm fixing to say,
I would say
I'm
the
not,
perception.
I'm not pointing. No, I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah.
I'm saying something different. I would say this. I'm going to go out on a limb and say a majority of them want the brand new iPhone, and that's why they're doing this.
Yeah, I can see that this is the new
want
iPhone.
the brand new thing.
It's
and this is it.
It's the appearance of
And
exclusivity.
it's cool. It is a cool car.
But
There's
300,
no question.
but 300,000
Exclusivity.
folks,
Exclusivity. Yeah.
300,000 folks, nuh-uh.
Yes, there's some people with still money in the nation.
Well, I mean,
wait. Where do you see 300,000? Oh, yeah, that's
how
what
many-
it's gotten up to. Yes.
Yes.
325.
Yeah.
You're going to have the 1%ers that are going to buy anything because it's there.
Well, don't get me wrong.
They'll
This
buy the
is not-
$10,000
But this
Apple
might
Watch
not be-
because it's
I
there.
don't necessarily think these are 1%ers just because
No.
you're
I know.
$1,000 down.
I'm just saying.
This is a $35,000
This
car.
is still. This isn't an everyman's car
Let
by
me
any
ask
means.
you a question, though. Now that you guys
But
two
it's
guys
not-
bring that up,
Not far above the
and
national
we're fixing
average.
to cut
Are
here
we?
to break. So let me just say this: do you think a $180,000 car is a 1%er car?
It is for me because I can't afford that.
I wouldn't say a 1%er. No.
Okay. What percenter would you say if you had to say?
Top 5%.
Do you know that Bernie has a $180,000 car and drives it?
What does he drive?
It's a little red.
I thought he took the train or something.
No. They
bus.
caught him in a little red car. I have to look it up. But
What is it?
I can't remember the name of the car.
Well, is it a classic?
No. It's a little sports car.
It's a little sports car. Well, tell me.
No, I think I just lost my internet connection.
We'll try
At
to
your
find
computer,
it at
I'm
the break.
still rocking and rolling.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll be
Stay
right
with
back.
us.
Maybe
Give us a
somebody
call.
can send us an email. I'll find that car.
256-782-5600.
Be right back.
Tech questions? We have answers. Give us a call, 256-782-5600.
Gamecock Outfitters, located on the square at 109 Ladica Street in Jacksonville, provides customers with outdoor apparel and gear. Gamecock Outfitters is able to help you find exactly what you need for every outdoor adventure. Gamecock Outfitters is open Tuesday through Friday from 10 o'clock to 5:30 and Saturday from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock. For additional information, contact them at 256-435-2008 or check out their website at GadsdenOutfitters.com.
Jacksonville Bookstore offers supplies for school all throughout the year. From books to binders, pencils to Scantrons, Jacksonville Bookstore has it all. They are open Monday through Saturday with convenient hours and location on 302 Mountain Street Northwest in Jacksonville. To find out more, like them on Facebook or call 256-435-7407. Jacksonville Bookstore, a proud patron of WLJS.
Jacksonville Tan is a proud patron of WLJS, serving Jacksonville and surrounding areas since 1987. At their location at 115 Francis Street East, next to Walgreens. Jacksonville Tan knows a thing or two about healthy glow, offering 16 tanning beds and virtually no wait times. A great tan is never out of the question. For more info, call them at 256-435-1770.
This is 91.9 FM, WLJS Jacksonville, your cure for common radio.
Welcome back to the Hey Techies Show.
What? Nothing. So we were talking about Bernie.
I was just going on with Bernie. Good grief.
Well,
I always like to
so
pull.
it was an R8. What you were, but I just Googled it. To
And you
see.
think Snoops is saying
Snopes.
it's Snoop? I like
Snopes.
Snoops better.
Snoops.
Snoop's dog.
So, and that's what I'm saying. I was trying to read it all before we got back, but
And for those that are wondering, that was not intentional having the OJs for the love of money coming out of the break, talking about a $108,000 car that Bernie was driving.
well, so the
Just
thing
saying.
is, Snopes says that
Sure it was.
it's been confirmed that it was photoshopped. But that's what I don't take my word for it. Go and read it.
It could be. It's a good Photoshop if it is.
Yeah.
I give him credit. Still funny.
So yeah,
Man,
but
they're having a fight
I
outside.
would love to have.
Sounds like
I would love to have an R8.
Sounds like
They're getting excited, man.
man.
Three
Sounds
guys.
like three
are,
guys are talking sports or fighting out there.
They're talking sports.
They're talking sports.
It's the after the show
They're showing
show.
the latest wrestling moves.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
So So yeah, we've talked about me dropping DirecTV.
Yes, we have.
I've got another Tesla
go all
article
streaming.
real quick. This is a real quickie. It's more, you'll have to go watch the video in the show notes, but apparently recently a Tesla Model S P90D
Yes.
was put head-to-head with a Boeing 737-800 to see which one was fastest. They lined them up, you know, the Boeing on the runway and then the taxiway next to it, the Tesla, and they started, you know, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah.
And the Tesla, you know, peeled off, and of course then the pilot had to, you know, punch the engines. It took a minute.
Yeah.
But be surprised until takeoff, the Tesla was faster.
I wouldn't surprise me.
But once the plane got in the air, it just
Yeah, I'm sure. Then after that, it was gone.
But on the
'cause it's designed to
ground,
fly.
this Tesla electric car was faster than a Boeing 737.
Nice.
On the
Think
ground.
about that.
On the ground.
Yeah.
Yes.
From 0 to what?
0
0 to
180.
0 to 180. Wow.
I don't know.
Well, the takeoff the
180K.
takeoff speed
180,000.
the takeoff speed of the 737 was 140 knots, and the Tesla reached its max at around 250 kilometers per hour. Which those, of course, I didn't convert them, but
Convert it to American. This is America.
Well, let's just see. Let me convert. We'll convert knots to kilometers per hour. So
It was 250 kilometers per hour.
yeah.
It
See-
is
see if go-
155.
259. That's what Google says.
155 miles per hour. It's
Okay.
250 kilometers.
So basically, you know, but think about acceleration. Of course, the Tesla got up to that speed a lot faster.
Oh yeah, electric engines
But
have
that's
an amazing
still-
amount of torque.
That's amazing, though. But there's actually a video. We're gonna put this link in the show notes, and you can watch the video of the head-to-head Tesla versus
Can't
Boeing.
wait to go look at it.
I know Bruce is on edge. You're gonna go look at it right now. So I'm about to send him this link like right now. But anyway, so that's just another little Tesla snippet.
Hey,
there.
if I wasn't gonna win the presidential race, I'd buy an R8. Just saying.
Well,
Is this it?
Yeah, that's it.
Now we're not gonna talk. We're just gonna have to watch.
Well, we'll talk about something else while you watch.
The thing is, this is a 4-door sedan.
Yes, it is.
Anyways.
A 4-door sedan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Man,
other
awesome.
rants. What do I have else to rant about? There was something else.
Nah, we don't need to.
So let's
Yeah,
stay on Tesla for a little bit. I really think this could break the company if they fell on this.
Well, absolutely. I mean, this is like an all-in. I mean, they've put all the chips on the table.
Yeah.
It's either go big or go home.
Yeah. I mean,
So if this doesn't work, they're done.
Yep.
And I hope it works for them because I mean we need competition. Competition is good for business. It's going to make
agree.
it's good for capitalism. It's going to make everybody else have to work harder.
Yep.
And there's nothing wrong with that because in the end the consumer wins.
Hopefully.
I'm trying to be positive now.
Well, I'm just saying we're not winning right now when it comes to internet and
because
cell phone. I will say this. Let me say this. So the whole new. Have you seen Verizon's new commercial spots with? I'm trying to think of his name. The comedian.
No.
So basically, they're saying, you know, when
and now since Bruce cancels DirecTV, you'll see less of this stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
do what now?
You'll see less of it.
less
Now
of these
that you
ads.
canceled your
That is
DirecTV,
true.
You'll see less ads.
But it's I cannot think of his name. But he says, you know,
I
basically
can't help you.
he's talking about these other companies. I think he was talking about Sprint. That basically they're 4 times better than what they used to be. And he's like, but you're still not the best. I will, like, hands down, Verizon's got the best network.
Coverage, yeah.
Yes. Well, not just coverage, but speed, too.
Yeah.
Yes,
But,
I agree.
but, you know, I would rather pay a lot less money instead of support somebody that's going to nickel and dime, well, $20 bill you to death.
Well, I've got that made me think of something. I use some software. This is like totally off subject, so I'll wait.
Not really.
Talk about nickel and diamond.
Yeah.
I have this software. I won't say the name on air, but it's very popular if you go to certain stores. But where you can scan receipts at home, and it's this software that helps you file receipts and business cards and documents, and you can, you can annotate on them. You can put stuff on them. You can index it by the name of the whatever notes. So you can search on it later.
Yeah.
I've been using this software for years, 4 or 5 at least. Well, I know that the software I have is like they've moved to a different like platform, a cloud based, where they want to charge you a subscription, but software where you store it yourself and you're responsible if you lose your data.
Yeah.
That was still working. Well, now they've announced they are totally not supporting that platform. You've got to move to this cloud-based where you're
pay a subscription.
Yeah, where you're on the hook. It's like $10 a month.
Man,
just to
that's
scan
ridiculous.
receipts and store them in the cloud. I mean,
so I don't need to store them in the cloud.
And here's the thing:
put them in my personal cloud
now,
because now they're going to data mine all those receipts.
Exactly. But here's the thing, though. Now the software that I was using is acting up and not working quite right. I think it was intentional.
Ooh, interesting.
So I found an alternative for Mac OS that I'm gonna try. That's just where I can store it myself because I back my data up. I don't need my stuff
what's
in
that scanner. The neat scanner,
That's the one.
That's what you've been using.
Yeah, I've been using it for years.
What?
Yeah, I've been using it for
and
years.
now they're doing, man.
Yeah. But it goes to like when I saw, I was like, yep, this is just another company going to software as a service.
And the
where they
thing
want you to
is,
pay
they're gonna data mine all your receipts and then sell that information.
I'm not gonna give them the pleasure because I'm gonna find no solution, and I will let you know what I find.
Absolutely. Well, so let's get on some Google rants here for a minute.
What did Google
they're getting
do
rid
now?
of the Google
So that
Wallet.
that was rant number 4 of the night. So this is rant number 5.
They're getting rid of Google
It's
Wallet.
gonna kill him.
They're getting rid of Google Wallet.
That's your thing. You like Google
Yes,
Wallet.
man, I love
it's
my
just gonna
wallet
kill
card,
them.
so it
No
will
more-
stop
no more
working.
You just need to get
thinking-
Apple Pay and be done with it.
No. Android Pay still works, and I have Android Pay, but I used my Google Wallet card as my default card because
Yeah.
I can control
Right.
how
Freeze
much
it.
money's on it. I can.
It ain't like a credit card
Lock
where
it
it's like
out.
so much up to your credit limit. You could put money on it, like $100.
Yeah.
That's all it was on it, right?
Well, normally I would
He
only
can
put
stop
like
that
$20 at a
person.
time.
Well, I'm just saying
Yeah.
you can control in what increment
Yes.
you kind of load
Nobody
it.
could just go, even if they stole that card, be like, I'm going to charge $1,000 on this because it doesn't work that way. It's kind of almost like a prepaid
Like a prepaid debit card.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I'm not penalized and I can transfer money back and forth and all this.
Yeah.
And so they're getting rid of that. And then I want to say it was, don't quote me on this, I'll have to Google it.
Quoted.
Was it Revolve or the Revo controller, smart home controller?
Sure.
That Nest bought. And originally the things were like $300 because I looked at getting one. I was like, man, those things are pretty sweet. But I was like, I can't do $300. It's still kind of new. But they're going to stop supporting those like altogether. So even if you just bought one 2 weeks ago, like you're on the hook and it's just not going to work. It's not going to be supported.
So, like, if you bought it the day before they announced it, like
Yeah.
you're out of luck.
You're out of luck. So what Google's talking about doing is refunding any owner, refunding them the money.
Okay.
They're talking about it.
Oh, talking about it.
They're talking about
Okay.
it. They have not done it. I think they will, but I think Nest right now is, the Nest division is just they're kind of they're on rocky ground right now.
How's that? What does that have to do with Wallet though?
No. That's just a separate. This is a separate
It's
rant.
separate.
So this is rant number 6.
Sure. If
We hadn't even finished the first hour. We've had 6 rants, folks. This is a new record.
So-
Record-breaking territory here.
So, Nest, I think Nest really missed out on an opportunity early on to incorporate a lot more stuff into the Nest itself to
Right.
make that your hub. And it's kind of like Google bought.
They didn't charge.
company
They didn't
and some
charge
products.
subscription. That was the problem. They didn't take your money every month.
No.
I'm just joking.
But I think Nest might be in some. They might be in some trouble.
I'll say this: the Nest stuff was way overpriced, in my opinion.
Well,
Just saying.
everything else that's come out that's competing against it's priced the same, if not higher.
It's all overpriced, in my
It's all
opinion.
overpriced.
Speaking of
Too darn expensive.
Speaking of Internet of Things, Microsoft launches Windows 10 for Internet of Things Core Pro
Oh,
for OEMs.
Yeah, that's their
64-bit.
big plan. Aren't they teaming up with Samsung and LG?
Sure.
Yeah,
sounds good. To
they're
me.
teaming up with them. How close are we on those billion Windows 10 devices?
It's pretty close.
Is
It's
it really?
real close. I think we're like at a quarter there.
Sure.
Maybe a little more
25%?
than quarter there.
When did they say they'd have a billion devices?
By June.
Really?
Well, that's when it ends.
In the first year.
The free stuff ends then.
Well, it ends July
29th.
29th.
Yes. If it lasts 1 year, it ends.
I guess I got some PCs I need to upgrade.
Way down.
So,
Sure.
well, I mean, one of them that I was trying to keep them from updating, they went ahead and updated themselves. So,
Well, I heard a story today. A
any
machine
HIPAA violations.
just kind of upgraded itself. which I mean that's kind of to be
well.
debated,
Microsoft's reporting that that's a bunch of malarkey, but I don't know. I've seen videos of stuff, and I'm just like, how do you argue with that? Either they started it and it's just not allowing to hit cancel.
I don't know.
It's just kind of like, hey, you've got,
I've yet to witness one first. I've yet to witness one firsthand upgrade itself.
It says they're going to be actually supporting application updates via the Windows Store for application developed on Win 10 Internet of Things.
So you'll have an Internet of Things device with software from the Windows Store on a Windows 10 OS.
I really hope
that's going to work perfectly the first time, every time.
I really hope they do good job with their store than the way they've done with stuff in the past. Because you remember like the little widget store that they had for Vista?
Yeah, I remember that.
It was horrible. You couldn't find anything. I could search exactly what I knew was out there, and it.
Can we count that as a rant? I think that's rant number 7 and 8.
You can count whatever you want.
I'm just saying. But one thing.
Speaking of that, I got a text earlier. It's about I think you might have got it, Bruce, about a Microsoft band analyze and record engagements and emotions.
I did not read that.
Do you know that app is only for Android? I had to laugh. I wrote back for him. I said, "Are you serious?" I said, "Is there a Windows?" He said, "Nope." I said, "Ouch."
Windows won't even develop apps for their own platform.
Apparently, it's a somebody's developed it for.
Somebody else.
Somebody developed. It's not their development. It's somebody else developed it. Yeah, and they developed it for the It's only on the Android store, on Google Play.
Man,
for the band.
For the band. I do kind of want a band.
That's pretty sad.
Yeah,
that's very sad.
That's why I was talking to Micah last week. You and I had this little discussion with him, and I even talked to Bruce the next day or after I was telling him, what had happened, whatever. And it's just not enough stuff. They think that they get enough on Windows apps. I just don't think so.
Well,
until they
start saying, we are going to let you swap whatever you've purchased in other stores if we have that equivalent app.
Now that might be something to look at. Yeah,
we will allow you to swap. You lose the license for your old platform.
But still got to get developers to develop stuff for that platform.
Well,
that still doesn't solve that problem. No, developers have got to put forth the effort.
It helps, but it won't solve the problem that when they take their app over there, there's no equivalent to that app.
Well, yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. They've got to get the developers to say, hey, put this out there. We're going to pay for it.
Yeah. Maybe Visual Studio will help them on this. That's the hope. Well, that's the hope. That you're supposed to be able to program all of it right from there.
Exactly.
Cross-platform.
We'll see if that works. I'm not very hopeful. I hope for them it will, but you never know.
Be right back. Our dose coming up.
You've listened this long, so stick around for Our Dose.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Jack Speer. The race for the Democratic presidential nomination is getting heated. NPR's Sam Sanders reports the two contenders, Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders, are engaged in a battle over qualifications.
It started when Hillary Clinton was asked if Sanders is qualified to be president. She said that he, quote, hasn't done his homework. Sanders hit back Wednesday night at a rally in Philadelphia.
I don't believe that she is qualified if she is through her super PAC taking tens of millions of dollars in special interest funds.
This morning, Clinton responded in New York City.
I don't know why he's saying that, but I will take Bernie Sanders over Donald Trump or Ted Cruz anytime.
The two are set to debate in New York on April 14th. Sam Sanders, NPR News.
President Obama today accused Senate Republicans of jeopardizing the integrity of the judicial branch by refusing to take up consideration of his nominee to the Supreme Court. Speaking at the University of Chicago Law School, the president says the Republican refusal to hold hearings for Judge Merrick Garland is weighing on public confidence of the court system.
At that point, people lose confidence in the ability of the courts to fairly adjudicate cases and controversies. And And our democracy can't afford that.
Obama introduced Garland 3 weeks ago at the White House, but the nomination to replace the late Justice Antonin Scalia has gone nowhere. After Scalia's death, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said any replacement should be made by the next president. Not long after the terrorist attack in Brussels, authorities released a video showing 3 suspects, the 2 bombers who killed themselves, and a third man in a hat and light jacket. NPR's Dina Temple-Raston reports the Brussels prosecutor has video evidence the man in the hat escaped, and authorities are still looking for him.
The new surveillance video captured the man in the hat walking outside the airport shortly after the attacks. He was headed toward the Brussels neighborhood of Schaerbeek. That's where a taxi driver said he'd picked up the bombers that morning. The new video shows the man leaving the Brussels airport just before 8 a.m., passing by a Sheraton hotel, and then emerging without his jacket. He appears again in northeastern Brussels almost 2 hours later at 9:42. Police have asked for the public's help in either identifying the man or finding the jacket, which officials say could contain evidence. Dina Temple-Raston, NPR News.
The World Trade Organization is weighing in with a downwardly revised global growth forecast. The head of the WTO saying the group now expects the world economy to expand this year at a disappointing 2.8% annual rate. Stocks, after posting strong gains, gave most of it back and then some today. The Dow was down 174 points. The Nasdaq dropped 72 points. You're listening to NPR.
Technologic.
Crash it, change it, melt, upgrade it, charge it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it, quick erase it, write it, cut it, paste it, save it, load it, check it, quick rewrite it, plug it, play it, burn it, rip it, drag it, drop it, zip and zip it, lock it, fill it, call it, find it, view it, code it, jump and lock it, surf it, scroll it, pose it, click it, cross it, crack it, switch, update.
Oh, you waiting on me, Guru?
Yes, we are. You always bring us back from break.
I'm watching the Tesla video. I know I had time.
We have 2 more minutes this intro we can play.
I'm going.
Welcome into Our Dose.
Yes, welcome to Our Dose, 256-782-5600, and you can be on the Hey Techies Show.
Don't forget, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, email. Just go to heytechieshow.com. It's all there.
This car is killing this plane.
Okay. So earlier, if you missed the part about where I was just trying to be jocular about Bernie driving this $160,000 car, according to what we researched, it did look suspect when I saw it. But I got to tell you something. I ran across another link. It's by, I'm going to butcher this. It's J.A. Lopnik. It looks like Jalopnik. JALopnik.com. They said, we discovered the truth behind that Bernie Sanders driving the Audi R8 photo. It is so funny. I'm going to make sure this is in the show notes. They said they took a actual drone and they flew around and they followed him and they found him, and it's actually 2 styrofoam J8 doors attached to a Pinto with twine, which they said that he actually did pull out of the wastebasket at the campaign headquarters to attach it on, and
which
that he
came
will be
from a renewable,
and then he will be renewing. He will be giving back that money that they spent on the twine, 2 $20 bills out of his own pocket, so that he didn't take any money from the campaign. That is priceless. You got to go see this.
No, that's funny.
It is so funny. And it's got a Colt sign on the back. You know where your tag is? It's a nice, in big letters. It says Colt. It's hilarious. Somebody's having pretty much fun with this. But anyway, that's interesting. So we got a story here that actually I think Bruce and I don't know if he has his up.
We were talking about this a little bit before the show, because you're like, I got that too.
Yeah, Tour.
Yeah,
Bruce and I both had this, and it's interesting. It's a person did a study. He wrote a whole piece on it, and he did a study about that where Tor is used the most. Yes, used the most. And basically, he comes up with his conclusion that Tor is used the most in repressive regimes and liberal,
And
supposedly very
nations.
liberal nations.
So my question is, since again I said
And
I
if you
didn't
don't
read
know
my
what
own notes,
Tor browser is, Bruce can bring you up to date on it here.
I want to know: did he figure this where the nodes were located? I mean, how did he know that those are the countries using it the most? Is it just based on traffic from the nodes, or?
Well, maybe we need to get folks up to speed of what Tor is for those who do not know.
I've lost my
So Tor is
linkless
an anonymous browser.
It stands for the onion router, correct?
Yes.
Think of it as an onion where you can peel back layer.
Yep.
Okay,
so there's a lot of and I want to say a lot of libraries in the U.S. act as Tor nodes, and there's been,
so it's a way of anonymizing your traffic because it kind of goes through this network.
It goes through several. It will go whenever I use it, especially if you go to any of these sites, they ask you to those kind of CAPTCHA and reCAPTCHA things to verify that you're a human. Since it's and it's a little annoying, but again, it's one of those. And I guess the reason why these would be nations that use it the most is one, it's for. I thought I thought somebody was behind me doing something. For countries that are oppressive, obviously the reason why you'd use that because you might get beheaded
because if
looking at American media, and then
or that country censors certain sites.
Absolutely,
because the state runs the internet.
State runs the internet. So, and then for your more liberal, it's you have the journalists that are needing some sort of anonymity.
So they block Fox News.
To
some places they do.
I'm just being
and
funny.
other news outlets too.
And it's there to to keep people reporting safe. And some of it too is, I mean, just if you don't you don't want to be tracked.
Well, he goes on to talk
you
about
value your privacy.
He goes on to dig into this, and this isn't. I said the wrong thing. It is an article. It's published in Sage Journals, by the way. His name is Eric Jardine, if I'm not mistaken. If I have that right, I think that's pretty. One thing I do want to point out that at least this looks very well done. By the way, I will say that it is very long. If you want to go read it, we'll have the link to it. But I do want to point out one thing that he actually does point out, which I think is very important. He does say that a majority of the traffic that he investigated somehow or another found that a lot of it is actually used on the dark web, and that a lot of it is going to children's abuse sites. That was what his findings found. And if I can find this quote, I can read you the exact quote. But he did find that there are reasons for doing this that, of course, are nefarious, if you want to call it that way. That's what I call it. And then there are the others where people are just trying to enjoy what they want to enjoy without somebody coming down on them
without
and
being
telling
repressed.
them, right, that's not nefarious.
Yeah.
Get information.
Yeah.
Read something that they can't read for whatever reason. Have an opinion.
Oh yeah.
Put an opinion somewhere in a public or on a social network so that they don't
or even read an
opinion that somebody disagrees with.
Which what's funny with all this? So China is definitely one of those countries
no
that they have the Great Firewall of China.
Yes.
The architect for that was kind of embarrassed in front of a live audience when he had to use a VPN to access some web pages that were blocked. So it happened on April 3rd. He was giving a speech on internet safety at the Harbin Institute of Technology, and some of the stuff he was trying to get to was blocked. He even I want to say it was resulted to using, I think is it Baidu? That's their Google alternative.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure it's Baidu.
I think you're right.
to basically pull up screenshots of the Google homepage since he couldn't go to Google. It's just it's kind of hilarious. So yeah, the architect of the Great Firewall of China, that suppresses his nation had. Yeah. It's one of those, it's kind of like with this whole Panama Papers that's going on. It's like, here's the laws against it, but those laws don't apply to me. I'll put all the loopholes in later, so it's okay for me to do it, but not for you. So,
yeah. Well, it's very interesting, and like I said, if you want to read more about it, we'll have it in the show notes. But I actually, we both ran across the same article.
Where did you find yours from?
I actually found mine from Motherboard.
That's where I found mine, but you said yours was like super long.
Well, I found
I clicked
from Motherboard to the actual data, empirical data analysis.
I thought you were talking about just the report. I was like, this report was kind of short.
No,
so I thought maybe you had a different.
Yeah, I did.
But his actual research data.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway.
Am I next? I'm just sitting here listening.
What do you mean, are you next?
Well, Bruce points to me, but we only got like a minute to the break. But I'll just we'll tease this because if you haven't been watching the news, apparently the FBI did get into that iPhone that they've been trying to get the back door through Apple and the whole controversy. So yes, they've gotten into it, but we're going to talk about that after the breaks. If I can reach over here
and then on top of that, we will talk about that. But then on top of that, Apple is wanting to know how.
Of course.
I don't know if they know. We'll be right back.
Don't have a kernel panic. Hey Techies will be right back.
Jacksonville Tan is a proud patron of WLJS, serving Jacksonville and surrounding areas since 1987. At their location at 115 Francis Street East, next to Walgreens. Jacksonville Tan knows a thing or two about healthy glow, offering 16 tanning beds and virtually no wait times. A great tan is never out of the question. For more info, call them at 256-435-1770.
Cindy's Photography and Fine Arts is available for all your photography needs. She covers weddings, senior portraits, and much more. Cindy is a proud alumnus of Jacksonville State University and is licensed and insured for over 35 years. Cindy's Photography is located at 1765 Broadwell Mill Road in Jacksonville, Alabama. To book a session or for more information, call 256-435-4752.
Jacksonville Bookstore offers supplies for school all throughout the year. From books to binders, pencils to scantrons, Jacksonville Bookstore has it all. They are open Monday through Saturday with convenient hours and location on 302 Mountain Street Northwest in Jacksonville. To find out more, like them on Facebook or call 256-435-7407. Jacksonville Bookstore, a proud patron of WLJS.
Struts of Jacksonville has been serving the Jacksonville community for over a decade. They are located at 500 Forney Avenue, right next to the cockpit. Struts serves wings, beer, and more. Their business hours are Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. To place a to-go order, please call 256-782-0106. For more information, go to strutswings.com.
Welcome back to the Hey Techies Show. So glad to have you in to this week. And our phone number is 256-782-5600, and you can ask any question, tech, what have you, and we'll be glad to answer your question, I hope, or maybe Bruce might.
You can suggest a topic, you can suggest an article, or you can just send it to us through Twitter like Micah did, our main man Micah.
Main man Micah.
He sent us a tweet earlier this evening. It was in relation to this FBI iPhone hack thing, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Apple versus the FBI, and the FBI, they got into the phone they wanted to get into. But according to this article that Micah shared with us, that FBI officially confirms hack it used does not work with the iPhone 5S or later phones.
No. That's what the FBI says.
The FBI director also said that the purchase tool is a purchase tool. Only worked with a narrow slice of phones. I'm holding up my fingers, air quotes here. That does not include the newest Apple models or the 5S.
Yeah, because
go ahead.
No. Finish up.
Well, I was about to say, my theory is once you got to that 5S and up, they had the fingerprint. I think the 5S had the fingerprint. Did it?
I think so.
It has the enclave.
Yes.
That's why.
Yeah, the 5S has the fingerprint, so it has a secure enclave, and there's some hardware there.
Yeah.
That kind of can prevent you from brute force.
Yeah.
Trying to get the password.
It was the NAND. They were able to copy the NAND on that phone and do it that way. I guarantee
you. What it was, they called the NSA.
No, they might. No.
Somebody picked up the phone. The FBI said, "Hey, let's call the NSA." And they called a buddy over there and said, "Hey, can you help us out?" And they're like, "Sure." And they came down the street and.
I know. They might have
funny.
called the NSA. Actually, I don't think they talked. Who knows?
So no, actually, there was last week when I wasn't on the show.
They went to Israel.
I want to say yes. I want to say there's an Israeli company. Yeah. And I want to say there's another company.
Celebrate.
But there's another company that does this too.
I'm sure there are.
That they claim will do even current iPhones.
Well, I don't.
Well, but
I believe that's true too. Possible, very possible.
Trying to remember the name of that company.
Look.
I'm going through my history to figure it out.
Let me tell you something. From the beginning of time.
No, that's.
There is somebody that can get into a master lock. There is somebody that can get into a safe, the most safe on the planet. Somebody can break it. I don't care what.
Humans are amazing.
It's man-made. Somebody's going to figure out how to get into it.
It's kind of like that unbreakable bike lock. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes.
You kind of had put your key in it and turn it, so you couldn't put a tool in there to pick it.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And basically what a guy did was made a bump lock, a bump pick out, and was able to break the unbreakable bike lock. So it was interesting.
Now, I don't know if I have the same article that our good friend Micah found. I have a article that basically is talking about how Apple would like for the FBI to tell them how they did this. And the FBI and James Comey is saying, well, if we do that, then maybe you might fix the hole, and then we won't have it. We won't be able to get into it. We won't, and because they've offered to break others that are in similar situations, other law enforcement across the nation, they've offered to break into some of those. So,
well, here's
trying to find that.
This is going to be a rat race between. Privacy, and I understand in times like they're trying to investigate terrorism. I'm all about them having all the evidence, but at the same time, I don't want to give up my right to privacy. So there's a fine line there, and Apple's obviously looking out for the consumer and privacy, and of course, in this case, the FBI wanted in, and it's just one of those things. This is gonna be a back and forth. I think we're gonna hear more about stuff like this in the future. This is the first high profile case, but I guarantee you there'll be plenty more. It'll be one of the things you turn on the news. Which high profile hacking case is it tonight?
Yeah,
it's just the name of the game now. I hate to say.
Well, I know, but the thing is, to me, the FBI did what the FBI does. They go and see how far they can go on whatever court order that they get, and be it a court or whatever. Any organization does this. They see how far they can go before they have to really push the limits of whatever law they're trying to use. And we've said this, and we've talked about this I don't know how many times since it's happened. But there's no way. In my opinion, there's no way that any device is going to be unable to be broken. somebody is going to have a way to get into a device. I don't care how much encryption you
Well,
put
it's
on
just
it.
like Micah said in the chat room. If there's encryption, by definition, there's decryption. Obviously. But it's the government in this case wanting that master key, if you will, to be able to get into anything. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. Because,
leave it up to Feinstein, whatever her name is.
Yes.
There'll be a backdoor and everything. We're putting clipper chips everywhere.
Yeah.
So, this is, like I said, this is not the end of this. This is more prevalent now. This high-profile case kind of brought this to the surface, and more people are going to be aware of it now. And we're going to see more and more of this high-profile cases that'll get out there in the mainstream. Because this has been going on for a long time, but this is like one of the first times it's really gotten, I hate to say popular, but it got popular because of the nature of the case and all that stuff.
Yeah.
In that situation.
Yeah, of course. Well, it's going to be big news. It's going to be around. This is, we'll hear about this, the ripples of this from a while. But there's other
not
cases.
Just there are going to be other high-profile cases. We're going to hear more and more about. I think it's going to be more and more prevalent as we go forward.
Well,
not because the media is making it that way. It's just they're going to be more in number going forward.
But like Guru said earlier, according to this, there is a narrow slice of phones that supposedly this method
in this
works.
case, yes.
But
I guarantee you, Apple is trying to figure out how to close that.
And I may be saying their name wrong, but I think it's Accelerate or something. It's something Bright. I don't have it in front of me, but I think
that's who
something
it is.
Accelerate. But they have all kind of products that actually do this. They're a company that makes products that breaks into these devices. Even from just a brute force method. It's pretty cool. I went to their website and they got this device that the phone fits in and looks like it touches the screen, whatever it does. And so
interesting.
Yeah, it's really neat. I mean, it's advanced.
Talking about, I'm not to change the subject, but to change the subject.
But we're changing the subject.
This is about privacy still. Is the Oculus Rift is sending your private data to Facebook?
Yes.
Did y'all see?
I did see that.
This is apparently a Reddit user, Woofington, revealed that there was a service embedded in the Rift's home software that is sending data from the VR headset to Facebook. A process called OVR server _x64.exe was detected when the VR headset was on. The process sends information to the company server, which of course Facebook bought Oculus at some point. I can't remember when, but it's been at some point in the past.
Yes.
But apparently it's just doing this even when you're not using it, because it's kind of like an always on type thing,
Yeah.
So this is the first I've seen of this, read of this. So, I'm not sure what kind of data they're sending. It doesn't really say. It's just it's sending some sort of telemetry of some sort.
Bruce, I meant to bring this up earlier.
Yep.
And I forgot to tie these in with your previous story about you cutting more of your cord. But did you see? And I don't know if you watch baseball, but did you see Yahoo is going to stream a game a week?
Oh wow!
Yeah. Did you see where Twitter has put in a bid to stream like 10? Is it 10 NFL games?
10 NFL games on Thursdays.
Yeah.
They're going.
Did we already talk about that on the show? I feel like we did.
No.
No.
I don't think
familiar.
So. It does sound
this
familiar.
This is just recently. Yahoo will stream 180 Major League Baseball.
Who do you think
games.
will buy Yahoo? Verizon or Google?
Google.
You think Google?
Google will want to buy Yahoo. Well, now wait a minute. How would that? I don't think they would allow Google.
Now you
to buy
bring up a good
Yahoo.
point about Verizon, because they may want to get into that business.
Now Verizon, I could kind of see that might be a fit, but I don't. Do you think the government would?
If I had $100 to bet,
Didn't
I'd say
Verizon
I'd put $70 on Verizon, 30 on Google. That's my story.
Boy, I don't know if
all my money's on Red.
Big Red, your favorite company in the world.
The Big V. The Big V.
Bruce's favorite company in history.
Yeah.
Verizon Wireless, or Verizon in general.
Well, my point was that Yahoo is going to do
streaming baseball.
Baseball.
So I can fall asleep to my stream.
It says, It says that it will.
Hope you got unlimited streaming.
It will, in the first month, it will feature each of the 30 teams at least once.
In the first, 30 days?
Wow. In the first month.
Interesting.
That's what it says.
That's pretty cool, though. And it won't, you ain't got to pay for a subscription. It's not like a service you have to pay for, correct?
Well, I dug Guru, but I couldn't. They don't give a lot of details.
Maybe it's going to be ad-supported,
I will tell you this. I don't remember if it was this one or the NFL, so don't quote me. But I think where local broadcasters have TV rights, the games, Yahoo will not be able to show them. So there will be local blackouts. Just like there are for DirecTV or any
VPN, baby.
VPN, yeah, VPN. There you go. Or Tor. You could do Tor or VPN there, yeah. So, well, anyway, there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, Micah's saying Yahoo. What is Yahoo anyway?
Yahoo! Hey, Micah. Oh my. Yeah, they're not. I'm not a big fan. Well, Guru's got to get his rumors up.
This is the stall of the music. So I get this pulled up.
Well, he always gets by the time the week comes around here, I'm tired of thinking about rumors. We're trying to find some.
Not to
create
get
some.
Not
we're going to create a few.
Yeah. You want to create one, Bruce?
We usually do.
Well,
if I haven't already.
Well, I don't want to give away my secret, but it's not really a secret. But these rumors just almost fall in my lap as I'm looking at stuff. I'm like, oh, that's a rumor. Let me just throw it in the.
Yeah, because they come from MacRumors.com.
Hey, one of mine is not from MacRumors.
That is true.
One did not come from there.
This one from Asheville I found on Twitter. Samsung patents smart contact lens with a built-in camera.
Who did this? Samsung. Okay, yes.
It's a patent, so it's not
I've heard about this.
It's not a physical product, but Samsung has been granted a patent in South Korea for contact lenses with a display that projects images directly into the wearer's eyes.
Yeah,
according to the Samsung Focus blog, Sam Mobile,
I can make everything around me disappear.
Yeah,
a built-in camera and sensors are controlled by blinking.
Adding my noise-canceling headphones.
Mm-hmm. Embedded antennas then beam the content to an external smartphone-like device for processing.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the most amazing
picture.
Augmented reality.
Oh.
You don't need that Oculus stuff. Let's put the contact lens in.
HoloLens, just a Samsung lens.
Just on the side, I've never been able to get a contact lens in my eye. I've tried. I guess my reflex is just fight shoving something in your eye.
I can't. Yeah, I can't either.
I have heard, although, by the way, this is a little known fact to add to this, lawyers are already working on legislation to sue over people walking into each other.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Doesn't that already happen now?
No.
The lawyer's trying to find a way to make money.
I thought that was funny.
Because the only way they make money is they have to win these cases so they can get a percentage.
The only way they make money is to steal it.
Well, but now wait a minute. There's some legitimate lawyers.
All these lawyers say, we only collect if we win for you.
Well, don't you? I mean, my point was, if people are only paying attention what's on this eye and it's already getting their attention, they can walk into other people. Who's the first one that does the lawsuit about they get hit by a car because they don't pay attention and walk
because they don't hear it?
No, they don't see it.
No, I was saying
anyway.
By that time, it'll be all electric. They won't hear it.
Yeah. Well, there's already been discussions about that.
Here's another rumor. This is actually from MacRumors. Surprise, surprise.
Which, by the way, MacRumors has a really good buyer's guide.
Yeah, they do. They have a good. I like MacRumors. The MacRumors site is a really good site. That's one of my go-to sites.
Yeah, go to their buyer's guide if you are sadly in the market for an Apple product.
If you're very unsadly.
If you're settling.
Don't listen to Bruce.
If you're settling.
Don't listen to Bruce.
Okay.
New iTunes metadata suggests users may soon be able to hide stock iOS apps.
Do what now? Say that again.
Last September, let's see. I'm jumping ahead.
Like that.
This was discovered by a site called App Advice several weeks ago. There's a new pair of keys in the metadata of the app. One of those keys is first party, and the other one is first party hideable app. This is in the payload of the IPA, the application package, APK for the Android folks. But basically, it appears that maybe in the future, iOS will have the ability to the stock apps, the ones that come with iOS, not the third party, not the App Store apps, but the stock, like your Photos app, your Notes app, there's a Tips app. You would be able to hide those, and they wouldn't show up on any of your home screens.
It would be like
It'd be like getting rid of the Xbox app.
It would be like getting rid of the NFL app.
Oh, I don't have to deal with that anymore.
I know, but for me, for Verizon users, it would be like getting rid of the NFL app.
Well, you can hide it now.
No.
It's still there.
It's still there.
Yeah, last September, Apple CEO Tim Cook spoke about a long-standing desire by users to remove apps like stocks and voice memos from their iPhones to reduce clutter of unused apps. Yes.
Do
you have a question,
Man
Michael?
with the question in the corner.
You know what? You know how I do it? I do this cool thing. I like make a new folder,
and call
a group.
Like junk.
And I don't call it like anything. I just put stuff in there and it's hidden.
That's what I do.
I mean, it's amazing. I don't complain, whine,
and
then
moan. I know.
About I can't.
And then you can.
I see it.
Then
I
you can
see it.
But then that folder can be like on the furthest back.
The furthest
screen.
page. I'd put it 3 pages, and I never see it. Oh my goodness!
You heard it here first.
I don't have to deal with that. I'm just saying.
But anyway, so we'll see.
I can't believe anybody whines.
But there's something they're now embedding in those.
Pay for it. It needs to be the way I want it.
The thing is, they're putting this in the stock apps now. It's probably easier to put it in now than later. It's just a matter of adding some sort of configuration to the phone, or you say, "I want to hide this app." But
whiners.
I will say, I
worked really hard to pay for this phone.
I will say this: when that feature comes out, I will not be happy nor sad. Like, oh, there's another feature. Moving on.
Yeah, it's a ho hummer.
And we talked about last week. iOS 9.3.1 came out. The first dot release that fixed a bunch of bugs, including some deal breakers for folks where it was like locking up Safari and locking up the phone.
Yeah.
Well, apparently they've seeded another build to developers, 9.3.2, which will
Yes.
have more bug fixes. And I've really not heard of any bugs in the current 9.3.1, but
it will have more. I have a rumor. It'll have more bug features and more bugs.
Sure,
guaranteed. Come on.
It does have. They said this is what was released to developers. What's new in 9.3.2 Beta 1? Quick Actions. Quick Actions now open up smoothly in landscape mode with none of the jittering or lag that's present in past versions of iOS 9.3. Wah wah whoop-dee. Big deal. But anyway,
Bruce, do you
can read into these developer builds so much, and I mean the developers really can't talk about it a lot because of NDA. Because by being an iOS developer or an OS 10 developer, you have to sign an NDA because you have access to these beta builds. So they really can't talk about it.
Have you ever heard of Zerodium?
Oh, on the periodic table?
Sure. It is a company that is paying.
Is this a rumor or are we done?
No, we're done. Well, you didn't have any more rumors, did you?
No.
Well,
I'm just
we're
making
done.
sure.
We're moving on.
Okay.
It is a company that is offering $1 million
$1 million
for a powerful new hack that would be able to get into any iPhone. They're publicly offering $1 million. They also offer $100,000 for an Android or Windows phone hack.
I bet you McAfee was the first one to sign up.
It'll
He said
pay
he can hack it in 15 minutes.
$80,000 for hacks that involve Adobe PDF Reader or Flash Player. No kidding. This is a real company.
For OSs, web browsers, plugins, mobile phones.
They'll pay $30,000. I thought I saw something about Firefox. I read it. Something about $30,000 for Firefox. They even have on here a copy of a blank check that is signed by, the CEO supposedly.
They signed at Zerodium.
Yeah, I know. But I'm
really?
going.
They have a blank check. Where's that?
Right, just right here. It's just a graphic, but it's pointing out it's
for display purposes only.
Yeah, right. The point is, let's see, Facebook. This is another thing. Let's see, Google. It used a bug bounty program. You remember that to make its Android safer. And Facebook, of course, has paid $40,000 to spot bugs a couple of times. And I think
United Airlines was offering those million-mile bounties for bugs in their websites.
And Mozilla apparently has paid up to around $3,000 to around 260 bugs an average of $300,000 for 360 boats. But of course, that Zerodium, like I said, they're wanting to just find.
But
hacks.
who's funding this? How are they affording to pay this kind of money? I mean, I've never heard of this company. I mean, how are they funding it? That's my thing.
They bank with Wells Fargo.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if any of the information on that check is true,
yeah, that's right.
That's Wells Fargo.
Nah, I think that's just for.
It might be.
It's for show.
Their account number is.
Yeah, I think it's just show.
Even though that's check 483, but in the top right hand corner, it's check number 1.
Yeah, it's just for show. This is just a you know.
Well, we'll see next week if there's another thing
it's
where
graphic.
they get their money hacked or something.
Wonder what they'll give me for that. All the money in their account.
Let's see if you can find out for us.
Okay, it's
no.
You know what? I tell you what its ultimate goal is. It wants to be able to have this so it can sell 0 days, 0 day vulnerabilities to the highest bidder. So actually, they're trying to. They're
creating a whole new business here of trying to basically blackmail companies.
No, I've got it. Yes.
You want this fixed, you got to pay up.
But
that's how they're funding it. That's how they're funding it.
Well, you want to know what's broke, you got to pay up.
That's how they're funding it to the hackers.
But I think what they're actually doing is they're actually just auditioning for the latest Bond film. That's what they're wanting to do.
Sure.
They want to be the villains for the latest Bond film.
That'd be pretty
it's
cool.
Gotta be. Yeah. I had a companion story that went with this too. Something else I saw.
There's a company, Zerodium.
Yeah, it is. I think
my doctor know.
Yeah, that's right. Zerodium. Yeah. Ransomware. Did you know that latest ransomware, or one of them, they're using an attack for JBoss in Linux servers?
I've heard of JBoss before.
Yeah, and that's how they're getting in. So they are actually making these servers where they have a vulnerability. They're using JetBoss to exploit Red Hat's JBoss, the enterprise server.
Yeah, application server.
Yeah. And so they're finding these, and they're putting in these hacks, and they're actually putting in malicious software, and then it downloads to the particular user that gets on these hacked systems, and that's how they're getting in, and they're loading then the ransomware and getting the data, encrypting the data and wanting to charge a user to get it back. That's been going on.
Be honest, was not paying attention. Was trying to figure out how to pronounce Zerodium's CEO's name.
Oh, what was it?
Something like something, I don't know.
Zerodium
I was still
CEO's
trying
name
to figure
here.
out how to, something with a C.
Michael will fix that in post.
Yeah, he'll butcher it.
It's Bakar.
What is his name?
Baccarat. It's
Baccarat.
Baccarat.
I'm not even going to try.
Chauki.
Yeah.
Chauki Baccarat. Wonder where that originates from.
Yeah, Chauki Baccarat.
Chauki Baccarat.
That's it. Yeah.
Sure.
Absolutely. I guarantee
that's how we're pronouncing it.
That's it. Even if we butchered it, that's it.
Sounds good to me.
Well, look, we have to have fun. Otherwise,
Of
no
course.
one's going to listen. I mean, they can't live on rants the entire time.
We did the first hour.
Well,
That's true.
No,
We've had
you and Bruce did the first hour. I just sat and listened.
That's okay. You were along for the ride.
I have been that. There's no question about that.
There's nothing wrong with just being along for the ride.
Yeah. Yeah, so ransomware, of course, is everywhere. Although I've been blessed not to fall on it. Thank goodness.
Now you
it
jinxing yourself.
hasn't fallen on me.
You're going to jinx yourself now.
Well, I doubt it because I'm pretty predictable. They'd have to hack some pretty predictable places for me to fall into it.
So apparently that surname is Algerian.
Sure. Sounds good.
By origin.
Algerian, huh?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. So had you ever heard of the thing?
Who?
Did you ever heard of that company?
Zerodium? No.
Yeah. I had not either. I just came across of it this
I know one company I like, they pay basically rewards for finding bugs, and they'll pay pretty big rewards.
Yeah, but they're not trying to get vulnerabilities, are they?
Well, no, they're like, hey, break our stuff
Correct.
and let us know,
Like White Hat.
so we can fix it. Yeah, absolutely.
White Hacker. Now this is a company that's wanting to actually. Yeah, okay. This is a company that's actually wanting to do this for nefarious reasons. What you got, Gary?
All right, one more. We got about 2 minutes for break, and I was just going to try to break up the monotony of the...
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. You know how I try to, like, twist aviation stories into tech? Well, I'm going to twist this one into tech. I just went on a cruise, so I've been kind of watching this stuff. But Norwegian Cruise Line recently unveiled some... They've got a new ship that they're building currently in Germany. It's called the Norwegian Joy, and it's going to China. It's going to be a purpose-built ship for the Chinese market, for that market. So it's going to kind of stay over in that area. But they finally revealed some features, and among all the features, which I'm not going to go into all the features because we're going to talk about the tech stuff. There's going to be some new. There's a new something. This is one of the first things they've first at sea. It's called the Galaxy Pavilion. It's going to feature virtual reality experiences, thrilling simulator rides, and interactive video walls. And part of it, they're going to use Oculus technology. And this is quoting from the press release. Those guests who enjoy advanced technology will be exhilarated by state-of-the-art virtual optic experiences by Oculus that will include designing and then riding a personal roller coaster, soaring to new heights over mountains and oceans, or living on the edge and walking along a cliff or on top of a 10-story building using the Oculus technology.
Yeah. So I've already got a new business that I want to start.
Sure.
Awesome.
All my listeners, you can totally get in on this. We're taking donations now. Since you brought that up to me the other day, I was like, why even have the cruise line? Just have a VR cruise line.
That's a good idea.
It's like you're on the cruise, but you never left the room.
I want the food and all the goodness.
Oh yeah, you'll still get the food. It'll be
just going in when you go to dinner and they set the napkin down, but then you have the delicious food.
But see, because I don't cook. I can put a crappy table in front of you. Totally.
But I want to taste the food.
Totally. Well, Well, I mean, yeah, we'll invest in that part.
Okay.
But overlay a VR like you're at this fancy table.
So let's walk in some building and go on a cruise and then they'll feed you.
It's been an abandoned building and
okay.
You got a homeless guy sitting next to you. You have no clue. You think that's the butler. He has on a 3-piece suit. He's holding your Don Perignon in his hand, pouring it over the towel.
And then
when you figure that out, I'll go on the maiden
voyage. And then
voyage.
all of a sudden, you see Arnold coming out of the side, and he's taking you to the tunnels.
There you go.
Yeah, Total Recall. The Hey Techies Show will be right back. We went long this segment. Be right back.
If you missed it live, then catch the Hey Techies Rewind, Sundays at noon.
Red Threads Apparel carries a wide selection of t-shirt designs for every school function, work party, and much more. They also offer custom layouts for monogrammed attire. Red Threads Apparel is located at 16 Square Unit 8 in downtown Jacksonville on the square. Their business hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more information on Red Threads powered by O Brand, visit their Facebook page at O Brand Marketing or call 256-770-9880.
Looking to secure that sweet tooth of yours? Mad Hatter Cupcake Shop is now proudly serving the Jacksonville area at their new location at 16 Public Square on the square. Mad Hatter is open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 9 p.m. and they are closed on Sunday and Monday. For additional information, be sure to check out their Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Mad Hat Cupcakes, and their website, www.madhatcakes.com.
Gamecock Outfitters, located on the square at 109 Ladica Street in Jacksonville, provides customers with outdoor apparel and gear. Gamecock Outfitters is able to help you find exactly what you need for every outdoor adventure. Gamecock Outfitters is open Tuesday through Friday from 10 o'clock to 5:30 and Saturday from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock. For additional information, contact them at 256-435-2008 or check out their website at GadsdenOutfitters.com.
This is 91.9 FM, WLJS Jacksonville, your cure for common radio.
Welcome back to the Hey Techies Show.
Oh, we did not get to hear the song.
Well, you're lucky. It was the American Idol theme.
Yeah, in honor of the final American Idol.
Final American Idol.
I think the finale is actually tonight.
It is.
What? Nobody's listening to us.
I know that.
I know. They
I wouldn't be listening to us, and I don't even watch that show.
They can catch the recording, the podcast, but
you don't have headphones, so you're not
So
listening
I'm not
to
listening
us.
to us.
So
yeah.
Anyway,
Oh
I mean, that's,
I thought that was
that's
appropriate.
gonna be a
This is
piece
the
of
last
American history.
the last ever American Idol.
I
is
did not
tonight.
realize that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm not a big fan of it. So
I'm not either, but to me,
I don't care if you
it's
are.
kind of like watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this: I was back when I was in college when it was new. Yeah. I watched it, but then
They'll
it
be the
slowly
last
was-
employee of the year ever.
That's right.
That's right.
Man,
I'm sorry. I mean, the last American Idol ever.
yeah, quite possibly. So we turn the show over, as we always do this time, to the guru for this week in tech history.
Yeah, I gotta get a drink of water.
Oh,
on that one.
gracious! Bruce choked him up.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
That was good though, Bruce. I give you credit there. All right, here's your date: April 5th, 2063. The look is priceless if you're not watching the live stream.
So this has to be something from Star Trek then. If we're going,
This is to be funny.
I'm not a Star Trek fan.
You're really
How could you do this to me?
You are amazingly close.
I'm gonna say I am, and people were like, "How can you be a nerd?" And I've called into other shows and like, "Look, I'm a nerd, but I'm not a Star Trek fan."
fine.
Like,
Trek.
I
It's Trek.
kind of like it. I like Star Wars,
They don't
but
have
I'm not
eight-
like crazy about it.
It's not like 8-track. It's Trek.
Oh God. Some from Star Trek.
That's not it.
We only have 10 minutes left of the
Yeah,
show.
dude, I don't even know what to guess. I'm like, it can't be like a maiden voyage or something, or they discover some planet. Maybe they discover some planet. I don't know.
You got part of it right.
You're
really close.
You're along those lines.
You are very hot. very
April 5th, 2063, in the Star Trek, which you're right about Star Trek, the timeline of Star Trek was its first contact day. It's when
if you
the
could tell me-
Vulcans made first contact with humans. First official
It's a
contact.
fictional show.
But I did that for fun.
Oh, okay.
Your real date is April 3rd, 1973.
God, dude, I'm so off my game right now.
That's the way I could get you to miss it, I guess.
Dude,
I mean, he guessed the darn bumper song with like 2 notes.
He knows what violin sound like.
I like her stuff.
Right. Yeah.
1973.
Yes, April 3 of 73. Michael probably remembers
What
that year.
happened in I mean, usually the way I figured this out is like, where was I?
I wasn't around. Even my sister wasn't around.
Let me think. 73. When
I was around, but I didn't know this.
When was Microsoft formed?
That was after 73.
We have 9 minutes left in the show, Bruce.
Can you give me any more context
It has
besides a date?
It has nothing to do with Microsoft. It occurred in New York, in Manhattan, on 6th Avenue between 53rd and 54th Streets.
And it was not the makings of the atomic
And it has
bomb.
nothing to do with Microsoft.
No.
Manhattan, New York City, on 6th Avenue between 53rd and 54th Streets. That's where it occurred.
Oh, you're giving it away.
Cell phone call. First
Yep.
cell phone call.
You got it.
Sweet.
But I had to give you that.
Yeah,
you don't get credit for that.
I won't get credit for that. You have to give me more than just a date.
On a Manhattan street corner, 6th Avenue between 53rd
But you
and
threw me
54th
off.
Street, Motorola's Martin Cooper placed the world's first mobile phone call. to his rival nonetheless.
That wasn't fair.
I was running the whole Motorola Cellular program. I was division manager at the time, and he was the AT&T equivalent. So he called AT&T. That's pretty funny. But that was 73 this week.
And I bet they said, this is never going to work. That's
nobody's ever going
to want to do that.
Yeah.
Who's going to want that big junky clunky phone on their, who's going to want to drive down the road with that?
I got it in my watch right now.
Yeah. That's right.
How about that? How about that AT&T?
Dick Tracy.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, did you have a hack?
Hello.
It's in his shoe. That's right. That's right.
Get smart, baby.
Get smart, baby. Did you have a hack of the week, by the way? That'd be a no. I
want to say I did. Again, I didn't read
notes. Doesn't read our notes. Doesn't read his notes.
Man, it's been busy.
Yeah.
Let's just go do overclock stack. We're running out of time.
So. FBI says a mysterious hacking group has had access to the U.S. government files for years. Again, didn't read the notes. It's in the show notes. Go read it. There you go. But it is part of that OPM. They think it's state-sponsored. They think it's China. Of course, China says, it's totally not us, man. It's totally not us.
Domino's has a new app. You can order pizza automatically with 0 clicks. You open the app. It launched Wednesday, and you can present it with a 10-second timer. Unless you cancel the timer, your pizza will be immediately on its way.
10 seconds.
Yeah, according
we only have 10 seconds?
No.
Oh.
You're not paying attention.
No,
That's okay.
not.
That's all right. Well, I've got one real quick. This is a link to a video, CBS this morning. This is back in September. But anyway, they took a drone down in the subways in New York City. They're building the new 2nd Avenue subway line in New York City. And CBS this morning got permission from the Metro MTA down there. And they kind of was down there, did a little piece about it and kind of showing never before seen all that. Well, I thought it was cool as the drone stuff, and I showed that to you this morning, Michael. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So we'll have the link in the show notes to that video. It's about a 4-minute video you can watch. Pretty neat though. Did it inside the subway.
I have tons of stuff I could talk about, but instead I'm going to talk about my girl Taylor Swift and her commercial of her on the treadmill. I guess it's promoting.
Yes.
I want to say it was like Google Play music that she was doing. It was
it wasn't. It was Apple.
Was it Apple?
Yeah, and
it is Apple. I'm looking at it right now.
What's interesting about it is, I'm glad you brought this up. The person, I don't know the guy's name.
Yeah.
I don't remember the artist, but she's made that song like one of the biggest selling songs right now on
because
iTunes.
of that.
Yes.
Well, I'd heard that song before, but I want to say it came on like. I don't know. I was watching a YouTube video and it was one of those advertisements for it.
I actually was going to bring that up tonight, but then I decided against it.
So I know my girl.
Figured you'd find it.
My girl Taylor.
And on an iPhone nonetheless. That's Bruce's favorite phone ever.
I'll swap her one day.
We'll see.
I'll remove her from the dark side.
The dark side. Well, there's a windshield, a smart windshield for motorcycles. And it's going to show things like notifications, maybe pop up your email. It's going to have GPS navigation, possibly help you sync calls. Most are saying, good idea, bad idea, maybe. On a motorcycle, things go fast. Usually, come fast. Should a person be able to have this? They have to look down at it real quick, and bam, there it goes. So who knows?
Well, how about this? This is from our friend Johnny Jett. He gave us a travel tip within the last week. He said, beware of emailed speeding ticket scam. Apparently in Pennsylvania, there's a scam going on right now where you may get a speeding ticket emailed to you from a local police department. He's saying don't click the link. It's a new malware scam that contains accurate speeding data, including street names, speed limits, and actual driving speeds, according to the Tredyffrin, I can't pronounce that city, police department. The link claims to lead to a photo of the user's license plate, but instead loads malware onto the user's device. So just please be aware of that.
I'd say any of those automated tickets, don't open them, throw them in the trash, whether it be virtual or in real life.
Yeah, but that's new little scam going on. Almost a hack of the week, but a scam.
I have nothing.
You've got nothing else?
I mean,
Come
I
on.
do, but I'm watching Taylor Swift fall.
Oh, my goodness. That's pitiful.
And she's still singing.
Yeah.
She doesn't give up.
No, she doesn't. Did you know that Huawei, the P9 and the the P9 Plus have a dual camera? I knew that. They have dual cameras, and one is for capturing actually vivid colors, and the other one is for actually black and white. And it's supposed to be excellent in the depth and detail, low light conditions. I'm going to butcher this. I think it's Leica camera lenses. Leica?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
That's supposed to be really good, from what I
Yeah.
understand.
Leica. I should have known that.
That's what Leo Laporte says.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah.
He totally listens to this show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you're listening, Leo, go ahead and give us a call.
But it's also, along with that, they have a band that they are. Yeah, it's Leo Laporte. It's called the Talk Band B3. So anyway.
All right. The iPhone SE has been out about a week or so. This was, a little more than a week now. But apparently it's very popular because now the earliest you can get one is like middle of April 22nd to the 27th. That's the supplies have really tightened on that. So got some more details in this article from MacRumors.com, surprisingly enough.
Well, I can't bring the article up real quick right here, but I will tell you about. Did you know that the 2G network, is still used highly in Australia, and lots of folks apparently.
Oh, I could say when I was in the Caribbean the other week, like there was no such thing as 4G. You were lucky to get 3G.
They were trying. Here it is. They were trying to get rid of it. Actually, most of the companies are trying to get rid of it, but a lot of the reasons for it are. A social conscience. They don't want to be buying that brand new phone and have those other phones just thrown away. One's out of necessity. There's different reasons. One to maintain boundaries. He said he didn't want to have the other employees at his work know he could answer his emails anytime.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Welcome to America.
And of course, in the name of privacy, this is almost a Luddite here. They're still stuck on 2G because a lot of people apparently over there still want to use it. So that's interesting. Guru, I think you had a pick.
Yes, I do have a pick. This is another cruise ship related. This is actually something from, I actually shot this video from vacation. They did like a technical presentation. I only got like a minute left. But anyway, they showed a video of how they actually built the ship and how they they piece it together in these grand blocks and they put all the blocks together. It's very cool. It's kind of like a time-lapse 3-minute thing. So just watch the video. It tells you how they build these massive cruise ships. It's pretty cool. So that's my pick.
So for all you Fi users out there, there's an app called Fi Info. It will tell you what network you were on, what you used, what time you switched. So you can kind of go through and see whether you're using T-Mobile, Sprint, or Wi-Fi mostly. Pretty neat.
It's Android only.
Well, it's Fi users only.
Windows Phone?
No, they don't do Windows Phone.
I'm being funny.
No, really? You don't have to tell people you're being funny. We know that.
Just making sure.
Well, thanks to everyone who hung out with us tonight and did not watch Idol. The last one.
If I would have known.
Thanks so much. From all of us to all of you, have a great weekend.
The Hey Techies Show is produced by Mike Stedham and co-produced by The Guru. Station manager is Billy Dunn. Join us again next time for another exciting installment of The Hey Techies Show. It's gonna be great, maybe.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Jack Spear. Less than 2 weeks before the April 19th primary, Texas Senator Ted Cruz took his campaign for the Republican presidential nomination to upstate New York today. From member station WAMC, Dave Lucas has more.
Speaking at a Christian academy near Schenectady, Cruz urged supporters to make calls on his behalf.